49ers, I want y'all to tell the world that we are back. The 49ers get a much-needed victory after the bye week. You know what? They lost 3 in a row, but now they are starting a new streak, hopefully. Let's see how it goes. But the 49ers dominate. They didn't just win today. They dominated 34-3. Brock Purdy masterclass, defensive line masterclass, Steve Wilks masterclass. Oh my God, what a dub, man. The only thing that could have been better is if CMC would have scored that touchdown at the end. But you know what? I'd rather take the dub than him get hurt on an, to try to feed him. So it is what it is. But the 49ers came out and dominated. And they came into Jacksonville, a 6-2 first-place team, and annihilated them. Trevor Lawrence looked like Trevor Siemian today. He looked absolutely horrible. Pressure. 97 at their neck. That's Nick Bosa. 92 at their neck. That's Chase Young. 98 up the middle. That's Javon Hargrave. Woo! 49ers defensive line was cooking. And you know what? Deebo Samuel, he's kind of important. You know what? Trent Williams, he's kind of important. Those two guys were cooking the 49ers defense. 4 turnovers. Fred Warner, Pick City. Ambry Thomas, redemption arc today. You love to see it. Talanoa Hufanga. What a game. What a win. Shout out to Steve Wilks, man. Shout out to Steve Wilks. Listen, man, he's been getting criticism. I'm one that gave him criticism. At the end of the day, we all called him out. And today, masterclass defense. He stood on business today. He came out there. He had the breads on. He walked to the sideline. He had the swagger. And he put this team in great position. Obviously, it helps to have Chase Young. Chase Young was the difference maker, obviously. But, Steve Wilks needs some respect, dude. Sideline Steve. That's what I'm calling him now, because I don't think he's ever going back in the booth after today. Sideline Steve, put some respect on my guy. No injuries today, says Mario. Absolutely amazing. Dustin says, Kyle, fuck CMC. Give me a break. The 49ers win. It's all good. Everybody's tough. Panties are in a bunch about this record. The 49ers won, guys. They dominated. It sucks, yes, that he didn't get the record. I don't care. CMC's still dog walking. He's still great. The 49ers, 34-3. You know who we need to talk about? Let's talk about Brock Purdy. Shall we, ladies and gentlemen? This man came back and bounced back today. He had a bounce back game. Listen, Brock Purdy, he shut up the haters today. Listen to this. Let me pull up his stats today. Brock Purdy, 19 for 26, 296 yards of passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He had a passer rating of 148.9. Brock Purdy cooked, man. Absolutely amazing. Scuba C says CMC isn't selfish. He ain't tripping. He ain't worried about it. The guy that we need to talk about is Brock Purdy, because he cooked this offense today. He was moving the ball well. He, was able to improvise with his feet. Touchdown to George Kittle in the second half was beautiful. We were talking about it at halftime. They have to make sure George Kittle gets involved in the game, and they did it. That was huge for this team. That touchdown really opened up the floodgates on offense. Kyle Juszczyk found a touchdown today. That was crazy. You don't usually see the fullback get a touchdown. He's a weapon. Brock finds him. The Brandon Ayuk touchdown pass was nice. Brandon Ayuk, I feel, stepped in and played pretty well today. He wants to get paid. That's the type of game that Brandon Ayuk needs to play. He made some money catches, really big time clutch passes, catches today from Brock Purdy on Brandon Ayuk's part. So shout out to him. If there is a critique, I guess you can say the O-line played pretty mediocre at times. Trent Williams was coming back, playing through an ankle injury. He held up as much as he could. They were running behind him a lot. But, yeah, you like to see the offensive line play a little better. Penalties here and there. But, you can't really critique a team that won 34-3. Yes, there were some mistakes. It's not going to be perfect. It wasn't there were some plays that you're like, I wish they could have got that back. What was Kyle doing here? Some of the play calls were weird, but you win 34-3. I'm not going to complain about it. That was a hell of a game. What a win. That's what the 49ers needed to do. That was a statement. That was the type of game that the 49ers needed to come and win after the bye. Again, Jaguars are a really good team. They shut down Travis Etienne, and everybody was eating on this 49ers offense. Yak Bros cooked today. George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel, all touchdowns. Yo, Debo Samuel, tone setter. The little jet sweep touchdown play was beautiful. That's a great play design from the slot. He comes out of the slot, boom, end around it. That was a beautiful play. Debo was looking explosive. That's why they need Debo Samuel. He can do stuff that nobody on this offense could do. He's such an amazing player. George Kittle, when he got in the mix, you can't stop him. 66 yards, touchdown, wide open. That was beautiful play right there. Again, offense was cooking. Brock Purdy, beautiful bounce back game. And when he has the lead, he plays so well. That's what we've said, right? When Brock Purdy's in the lead, the man cooks. That's what he needs to do, is be able to get that lead. And he's so comfortable. It's hard to, do anything against him in this offense. But we still need to see him be able to bounce back when he's trailing. But today it didn't matter because the 49ers, the whole team was just hitting on all cylinders. Again, that defense, Chase Young, man. I need to talk about Chase Young more because he opened it up. And Nick Bosa was smiling. He was happy. You can just sense how, overcome with joy Nick Bosa was today. You could see he was grinning from ear to ear. Him and Chase Young next to each other. They were always talking to each other. Like, those two guys, they really were racing to the quarterback, right? Chase Young says, we're going to race to the quarterback. That's exactly what happened today, man. Nick Bosa was all over the field. He had hands up, got the pass deflection. He got the sacks, 1.5 sacks today. He got the strip sack with Chase Young. Those two guys were cold-blooded quarterback assassins. Chase Young, instant impact. I knew he was going to be a huge, addition to this defense. Just like CMC last year, he really was the juice they needed, the shot of adrenaline, man. 5 sacks as a team. That is so crazy. Clelin Ferrell, Javon Hargrave, man, Nick Bosa, Chase Young, they were eating today. Arik Armstead, they were eating today. That's why they are paid all that money, right? All 2 weeks during the bye, we were sitting there saying, this defensive line is too good not to get sacks, too good not to get sacked. And today, they came out and they dominated. Christine says it was a QB's worst nightmare. It was. Nick Bosa went crazy today, man. He came out. He did a selly. He did the shrug. Bro was feeling himself today. I have not seen Nick Bosa this hyped, this happy. This man was cooking today. He was cooking today, man. This was the happiest I've ever seen Nick Bosa all season. A blowout, baby. A blowout, says VZ. No injury, says Deb. So far, that's what I'm hearing. I know Shanahan's addressing the media right now, but I don't think there was any injuries. A couple players left here and there, but they were able to play through the game. We are so back. We are so back, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Kyle's at the podium, but I'm here talking to you. I'll catch up with that in a minute. Man, what do you guys think? How are you feeling? How are we feeling about this absolute amazing masterclass? Is it a to you, a B, a C? Was it just like, okay, whatever? I'm giving this an A+. Like, this was the best type of outcome you could have from the bye week against a big team on the road. Early game. They got a dub on the road, early game, and now they get a little bit more time to rest because it was later in the game. They can fly back to Cali, take a little load off, knowing they got the dub. Coming into next week, they play the Buccaneers. Might be a little win streak brewing. We are so back. I feel so much confidence out of this. This was a confidence builder. This was a mood builder. This was a huge victory for the 49ers, man. Again, we are so back. Somebody spread the word that we are so back. My man Rashad says early birthday gift. Yo, shout out to my boy Rashad. Happy early birthday. Niners unwrapped a dub for you this week. Yeah, it did look like the 49ers we've known. Wilks on the sidelines is everything, says Michelle. Wilks on, I know Chase Young was the biggest reason why this 49ers defense was what it was today. Like, he was the difference maker. Like, I'm not going to sit there and say he wasn't. But there's a lot of people, because I did post, appreciation posts for Steve Wilks on the sideline. I honestly think that was a huge difference. And I know some people are like, it doesn't matter that he's on the side. Like, some people are saying it's a stupid storyline. It's dumb. No, you can see how focused today he was. Kyle put he put the fear of God in Steve Wilks' eyes. Did you see him walking to the sideline today? Focused. No, he was unflappable. He was hyped. He was telling Ward, he was screaming in Ward's face. He was getting the vibes. He was feeling it today. I don't think people realize that it's not a stupid storyline. Like, I posted on my Instagram, like, Steve Wilks is making his sideline debut. People in the comments, oh, it's so stupid, Raj. Why are you posting? It's not a story. It is a story. Kyle made it a story. They told him he needs to go from the booth to the sideline, and look how good this defense played. He was in their face. The communication was crispy. The team is used to having a coach on the sideline. And I was the first one to say, I don't know if it's going to make a difference. It absolutely made a difference, man. Oh, Sideline Steve, man. Shout out to Sideline Steve, man. Much respect. I tip my hat to you, Steve Wilks, because I was not familiar with your game. Oh, my God. Down go the Ravens. The Cleveland Browns just beat the Ravens. Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, 33-31, game-winning field goal. I'm just, as I'm talking to you, what a finish. What a day today. Woo! Oh, my God. All I do is win. When we go on Instagram, we'll play, because we can't play that music here. Oh, man, what a day, ladies and gentlemen. I am so absolutely incredibly hyped. I haven't been this hyped in a while. The vibes are up. The amazing feeling is just, man, we got Victory Monday tomorrow. Oh, the 49ers are so back, man. I can't wait for Victory Monday tomorrow. Shout out to Fred Warner. He played great today. I want to give a guy some credit that hasn't got a lot of credit in a long time today. Ambry Thomas, man. He made a heads-up play, little scoop, fumble recovery. Although the rookie D. Winters he ran onto the field. They got to be disciplined. You can't do that because it nullified the touchdown. They threw a penalty on that when he ran on the field. Oh, my God. But Ambry Thomas made a huge play. That was money. I love to see that. Maybe that's a confidence booster. Maybe that's going to help him. I don't know. I can't tell you if it is. But that was a big play. It was nice to see the Michigan boy, Ambry Thomas, make a play. So he doesn't get a lot of respect. I know we've dropped his name. We've talked some, bad stuff. Everybody's channel. Everybody's, put Ambry Thomas through the mud. So it's nice to see a guy that, had his struggles and really hasn't lived up to what we thought he could be, play well today. So shout out to Ambry Thomas. He played good. This whole defense played good. I'm telling you, the big difference was keeping Isaiah Oliver on the bench today. I'm telling you, man, this guy was a liability today. He was on the bench, and 49ers defense cooked without him. Secondary, they weren't perfect, but they played better today. But the reason they played good today, and this is what I kept saying, they need to get defensive linemen, the pressure. They were rushing 3 at some point. The 49ers, they weren't even rushing 5. They weren't even rushing blitzes. They were putting 3 guys down. They had Hargrave, Bosa, Chase Young, and that's all they rushed. And there was players to cover. You had Hufanga back there and Gibson, and they were standing back. Mooney Ward with the PBU, like he was playing good today. That's what it is. You don't need to sit there and send everybody in. You just rush 3 or 4. And that's what the 49ers did today. That was the key to the secondary stepping in and playing well today. I'll tell you what, man. I just keep in my mind seeing Nick Bosa and Chase Young just exploding off this. Oh man, that strip sack was just beautiful. Like the commentators on that replay, you circle Nick Bosa, they circle Chase Young, and you just see them. They were literally racing. They were racing. Like you could see Nick, he looked over at Chase looked over at Nick, and they're like, bet. Oh my God, the vibes on that play was just crazy, man. Chase Young. I love Chase Young. I need to get the Chase Young jersey. I hope he stays. I know this is only one game. I think he's going to continue to play this good for the Niners. I hope Chase Young stays. I need to see the Buckeye boys together forever. Like this, oh my God, those 2 guys together is like different. It's like Alden Smith, Justin Smith, right? Like 2 guys that are in so much synchronization. They were, the chemistry was there. That's how it felt. Like Bowman and Willis, you see Dre Greenlaw, Fred Warner, like they feed off of each other. They know where each other are going to be. Nick Bosa and Chase Young, this was their first game together, and look how much chemistry they had. Can you imagine when they play a couple more games under their belt together? It's going to be like watching absolute cinema. It's going to be like perfection. When they get together and they play a little bit more on the same defensive line, they're going to be able to go rush the quarterback with their eyes closed. They're going to be rushing the quarterback with the eyes closed. Because the synchronization was on point today, and it's only going to get better. The timing, oh my God. Ethan says, it's been a month since Victory Monday? Whew. That's crazy. Let's see. Real Spider-Man, were there any bad things in the game in your opinion? Yeah, some of the play calling on offensive side was bad. Colton McKivitz was astronomically bad. Lenore was a little inconsistent. If we're going to talk about secondary, he did get beat a couple times. But again, a 34-3 win, you're not going to sit there and I don't want to nitpick them. But at the same time, there's things that they got to improve on. Penalties, they made some silly penalties. Again, you got to clean those up. Play calling, Kyle Shanahan a little bit too conservative early. That's why I love the George Kittle touchdown. That showed me I was like, all right, come out the second half. You're aggressive. Let's go. And yeah, just Colton McKivitz, man. Offensive line was how good. Defense really helped save this game early because the offense was keeping the Jaguars in the game. The 49ers offense kept stalling. I was a little nervous at halftime. I said, okay, they're going to make the adjustments. I know they're going to have to get a little bit more aggressive. When I saw that touchdown to Kittle, I said, okay, that's what they needed to do, be a little bit more aggressive. But they can't do that against really, really good teams. Like in the playoffs, if you're playing Philly or someone, you can't come out like that. You have to be a little bit more aggressive. But the defense today made up for everything. So, yeah. Love to see it, man. What a game. This was just the initial reaction. We'll be live a little later. I'm hyped up. The 49ers got a dub. We'll be live again later on YouTube. We'll be live later on Instagram. Dub show, man. Dub today. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Smash that like button. The 49ers are victorious, man. Feels good to get a win. It feels good to get a absolute huge dub like this. But yeah, shout out to Steve Wilks. Big time respect to him today. Shout out to the 49er defense. Chase Young, Nick Bosa made a grown man cry almost. It was amazing to see those two. Brock Purdy, haters are punching the air right now. And Deebo Samuel, tell your friends Deebo is back. He was much needed. Trent Williams. Yo, shout out to Trent real quick before we end today. He played on a bad ankle. He was not 100%. He kept telling the team, I want to play. They were like, I don't know. He was questionable. It was supposed to be a game time decision. He told Kyle, I am playing. I don't care about your monkey business. And he went out there and he played a hell of a game, man. Shout out to Trent Williams. This guy is a captain. He's a true leader, man. When he hangs it up, I'm going to miss the hell out of Trent Williams, man. Shout out to Trent Williams. This guy's a dog, man. I know a lot of people are like, he shouldn't play. He's going to hurt himself today. He's tough. He's got that dog in him, man. God, man, this team is so amazing. So amazing. 34 points, man. I love Trent Williams. Thank you for standing on business. Team was great, man. You guys have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the victory. Victory Sunday today. Tomorrow is Victory Monday. Let's go. We haven't had one in a month. And you know what? November is off to a phenomenal start. Y'all have a great one. I love you so much. I'll see you later.